Hi, I'm Professor Jacobs, your instructor for this course. I'd like to welcome you to this course and introduce you to its content. I look forward to working with each of you and getting to know you as you work through the course. I'm normally available during daytime business hours, so please don't hesitate to contact me with any questions you might have. I have degrees in both philosophy and religion, and I'm eager to lead you on a journey as you grow as an independent thinker. Through this course, you'll practice critical thinking skills and habits that will equip you to develop beliefs that are well grounded in reason. The instruction of this course is designed to help you in all of life, and not just during this course. Most of your courses focus on teaching you facts and figures and giving you information to memorize. But this class teaches you how to think well in every area of your life, especially about your most important beliefs. Again, I welcome you to this course and look forward to working with you as you grow.
Welcome to Introduction to Formal Logic. In this video, we will discuss the syllabus and the requirements for this course. Here we are viewing the syllabus, and at the top you will see the term. This says Fall 2019. If you're watching this video, you may be watching it in the future of when this video was recorded, so you will want to refer to your specific syllabus document because it will have the most up-to-date information. If you are viewing this video, then it is because your syllabus is similar enough where what I say will also apply to you. Now you have your specific course information listed at the top, and then immediately below that we have required materials. Now over here on the left where it says Start Here, you have a link to the video right here that you are watching. Then we have our requirements. We have the online syllabus. This is a link to my website, which looks like this, and you will see your syllabus listed here on the bottom, as well as other relevant links. Back in the syllabus, that link will provide you a link to the online syllabus because you need access to the online version because this is a live syllabus. If I make any changes or update any due dates, I will do so on the syllabus. I will also make an announcement, but you need to have access and bookmark the online version of the syllabus. If you have a downloaded copy, then I cannot guarantee that it is the most up-to-date. Next, you need online access to the online class web portal. Now, I teach this class at a couple of different institutions. So for Lone Star College, it could be D2L, or Houston Community College, it could be Canvas, or whatever else. And then you need to purchase the book Socratic Logic by Peter Kreeft. Now, you need to do that immediately and get it shipped as fast as you can, but for the first short duration of the course, you can get away with not having it. I have provided the first couple of readings. I've provided those, so that will counteract delay in shipping. Also, we have Logic by Paul Tomasi, and I have provided that as an electronic copy right here, and that is free. You can click on this link and it will lead you to that electronic copy, which looks like this. And I will refer to the readings by their chapter number and section number, which you can see right here in the table of contents. Back to the syllabus, the last thing is a link to a list of videos, and I will talk about the videos here again in a moment, but just to show you what that looks like, it looks like this. At the top will be the video that you're watching right now, and then other videos for the course listed all the way down. These will also be listed in the same order on the syllabus calendar. Below the requirements, we have a catalog course description that's just copied from the catalog, some instructions on how to use the online web portal. Over here on the right, you have some contact information for me. You can text me at this number. I respond pretty quickly, or email me as well. And then my website, my office hours are listed there. Down on the bottom, we have this big pie graph showing the grade distribution. Now, if you're watching this video in the future from when it's recorded, this may look a little bit different, but this will basically be what it's like. For this particular course, quizzes are going to represent half the grade and then tests the other half. Over on the left, you have this big sign pointing out some policies that I have, Some of these apply just to my face-to-face class and not necessarily my online class. Over on the right, that's just another warning saying this syllabus is online and may be modified anytime with notification to students. Now, before we go on to the second page, I want to point out that if you do access this syllabus online, you will find over here on the left, you can find a sort of table of contents where you can jump around to different sections of the syllabus just by clicking on these links. Okay. Now, we've looked at the grade distribution also along here at the bottom. Let me look at the specific requirements. First off, we have quizzes, which are going to be due weekly on Fridays at 11:59 p.m. They're worth 50% of your overall course grade. Roughly, that means about a little bit less than 4% for each quiz. So each week, here's what you should do. You should look at the course calendar below, read the assigned material, and follow along in the study guide that I've also provided. I have a very detailed study guide to help you with your tests and your quizzes. And complete the open book unit quiz as you read. So there's one quiz per week. A unit represents a week, unless you're taking this as, say, a summer class where everything is accelerated. You have one quiz per unit, and it's open book quiz, right? The quizzes, you can find them here. Click on this link. Here I have all the quizzes already here, so you should follow along as you do the reading. They're open book quizzes, so you can check off your answers as you do the readings. But what's on the quiz? Well, it's going to be 20 multiple choice questions on readings from the current week or any previous week, right? The question in a quiz for, let's say, Unit 3 can also include content from Unit 1 or 2. The study guide also provides some content not present in the textbook. Sometimes I want to correct things or add a little bit of information. You can find that in the study guide. So it's essential that you follow along in the study guide. So how do you submit quizzes? Well, you submit online. Quizzes are multiple choice, online, not timed. They're open book. You can submit 2 attempts. So try it. You see that after your first attempt, it'll tell you some questions you got wrong and questions you got right, but it won't tell you the answers yet. You can try again for a higher score. So mark down which answers you got correct and which ones, and give the same answer for those on your second attempt, but then try something different for the ones that you got wrong. The highest grade will be kept. You can think of these quizzes more as like a handout or like a reading walkthrough rather than really a quiz, because it's an open book, no time limit. You got 2 attempts. It's there's a lot of leeway there. So can you submit late? No, except in medical emergencies. Examples of excuses I do not accept: travel, right? You're traveling, you're on vacation, maybe internet issues, right? Connectivity, or a malfunctioning computer or phone. So I encourage you to work ahead, right? Excuses will be addressed on a case-by-case basis. Work ahead a little bit just in case something unforeseen happens. You lose your computer or something like that. But also, I'm not responsible for your decision to travel while you're taking this course, or your decision to be too busy, right? That's on you. That's your responsibility. If you're too busy, that's not an excuse that I can accept for late work. Next, how can I check my answers? Yes, indeed. Try exercises first, right? I have a lot of questions in quizzes that are exercises taken from the book. Also, you're going to want to practice some of the exercises beyond what is in the quiz material, right? So try the exercises first without looking, then check your answers afterward. The best way to not pass is to check answers without trying and to procrastinate. Practice exercises from the textbook are not required, but some will be on quizzes, right? It's not required to do whatever exercises are in the book. The quizzes are what's required. But sometimes the quizzes borrow from the book. Practice more than is required, right? That is the way you will get an A in this class. For Kreeft, even answers are in the back of the book. For Tomasi, all answers are at tljacobs.com/logic, or here. You click on that. It'll bring you to the website. Here's my website. You can click on this, practice exercises. That will bring you to a Google Drive folder that has some different files in it. You can see the different files here, or you can view them as a list. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the Tomasi textbook. You can find the answers there. Back at the syllabus, when you're looking for the Tomasi answers, sometimes the symbols on the Tomasi answer documents don't appear, or they appear incorrectly. For example, when you see this symbol, an A with a little squiggly line on top, just remember that that means the turnstile symbol or a colon. Okay, that'll make more sense later on in the course when you understand what those symbols mean. If other symbols aren't appearing, try to view the documents with a different program or a different computer. Contact me if you can't figure it out. Now, you're going to be working on quizzes every week. Okay, half would be great. Now let's move down to tests. There's going to be 3 tests, and I've got the distribution here on what's going to be on the tests and how many questions and how much, what percentage of your overall course grade it's going to be. So how do you submit tests? Well, tests may be found in the online web portal. They are not open book. They're also not timed. Right? Take as long as you want. Sometimes they could take quite a while, especially for that 50 question test. That might take a couple hours. And it contains only multiple choice questions. It's going to be a similar format as the quizzes. Basically a long quiz that's not open book. And it's on your honor and your conscience to not cheat. What will be on the test? Tests will include content from the required readings. They're cumulative, so any test may cover any previous content. So test number 2 is also going to include content from test number 1. Test number 3 includes content from the whole course. Tests require not only memorization, but also understanding and the ability to apply the concepts to examples, right? It's not just going to be clicking on the right definition of a word, but you have to understand the definition so that when I give you an example, you'll be able to identify it. So, how do you study for tests? Use the study guide that I've provided below, and I'll look at that in a second to show you what it looks like. It's very detailed. To practice for quizzes and tests, I encourage you to complete 10 to 20 practice exercises weekly from the required reading in the textbooks. Some of that may overlap with the quizzes, but I encourage you to go above and beyond the quizzes in order to study more to really push for that A letter grade in your tests. Now, videos. You will be mostly teaching yourself through readings and through the study guide and practice. I've collected optional videos to provide added help. Videos are listed in the course calendar. You can fast forward and skip to relevant parts. So these are just to help you. It's all to help you, right? You're not going to be tested on lecture material. You're not going to be tested on the contents of the videos. But when you're doing the readings, sometimes that's not enough, and you need more explanation for these concepts. Go ahead and look at those videos, and since it's just to help you in your understanding, you don't have to finish the videos, skip around to the relevant parts. Maybe sometimes a video covers lots of material and you only need one piece. Skip around, it's fine. Are the videos required? Again, no, but they'll help you understand the content in the textbooks. Will you be tested on video content? No, in fact, the videos may deliver content differently than the textbooks, or may cover additional content not required for the course. You can skip and fast forward. Now that's an important point. Sometimes people present materials in a little bit different way, or they present more than what's required for this course. Or sometimes in the symbolic logic, sometimes different symbols are used. So I am going to test you on the required textbooks for this course. I'm not going to test you on the videos. So if the videos present something in a slightly different way, it's your responsibility to know the difference and to memorize and study the required content from the textbooks. Now, extra credit. I always provide a little bit of extra credit. Several different extra credit options here, and it's plus 2% on your overall course grade for each of these. You can submit up to 5 papers, all right? You can submit 1, you can submit 2, you can submit 5 from this list for 2% each on your overall course grade. What does that mean? It means you need to write 1,000 words minimum, right? I'm not going to grade you on, following APA style or MLA or Chicago style, but make it look decent, right? Times New Roman 12-point font. Don't make anything look cartoonish. Okay, so the first option is a debate analysis. Pick one debate and write an analysis on the logical strengths and weaknesses of both sides. So these are debates where you have 2 different people presenting arguments, and you need to analyze both sides. Try to be as fair as you can. Emphasize strengths and weaknesses of both sides. Next, this proving God exercise. So read Thomas Aquinas' famous 5 proofs for the existence of God, which you can find here at this link. In your own words, list Aquinas' steps for each of those 5 proofs. Provide a logical analysis of each proof using tools from this course, especially from classical logic. Last, we have 2 logics. Compare classical and symbolic logic. Use Kreeft and at least 2 other academic sources. Now, as academic sources, I do not accept something like a blog or opinion editorial or news or Wikipedia or a dictionary, something like that. Good resources you could use are looking up Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy, the Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy, Routledge, Phil Papers, academia.edu. These are good places to find sources besides the institution's own library. Now that we've covered each of the requirements, let's look at the course calendar. You can find a link to the academic institutional calendar on the top. The course calendar looks like this. Across the top, we have the categories. Due date, which is going to be listed on the left. It's always 11:59 p.m. And almost always it's going to be on a Friday. And then we have readings and homework in the middle, and then videos over on the right. Occasionally I'll have some notes in red or different colors. Make sure you read those. Don't just ignore those. Those are usually very helpful. So right in the center, here's how you will know what you need to do for the week. Right? Look at these bullet points. So make sure you read the syllabus, read this Kreeft reading. It's a hyperlink, so you can click on it and find the reading there. I've provided the first couple of readings for free, but you can click on those links, but you'll need to purchase your own copy of that Kreeft book to continue the course. There's going to be a syllabus quiz on this first unit, in addition to your regular quiz one. So in the first unit, make sure you do both of those quizzes, 2 quizzes for unit 1. And then you go on, and I've divided this course into 2 major sections where I'm talking about classical logic and then about symbolic logic. You'll find that they're different in a lot of ways in terms of their usefulness. So you can see down here a lot of videos. I have linked to the videos directly, but you can also find them on the YouTube list. Scroll down. Sometimes I have certain advice in the calendar when it's appropriate. At the end, all extra credit is due at the end. Okay, and then you can also provide some feedback at my website, some constructive feedback if you want, or you can contact me anytime in the future for any philosophical question. Now, after the calendar, we have the study guide. It's important to note the asterisks, these little stars. I have included some additional information like worldview, knowledge, a definition of knowledge, definition of critical thinking, this persuasion. Right? I have included additional information that is not in the textbook, and you will still be tested on this information. I have also tried to collect videos that help explain this material, so make sure to look at those. This study guide is something that you should follow every week, and this will be your lifeline. This is what you should use to study for tests. Make sure that you have this as well, because sometimes I disagree. Occasionally I disagree with something that you find in the textbook. And when I disagree, I will test you on what I have in the study guide rather than what's in the book. So make sure that you follow the study guide. Occasionally I have advice in the study guide as well, so read everything in the study guide. This is required reading material. Here's an example of a section where I just give some advice, especially when we get to the symbolic logic portion of this class. Advice and encouragement will be welcome. You'll see when you get there. It tends to be difficult, but I provide some good advice for getting around some of those difficulties and some encouragement when you're struggling. Let's continue to scroll down to the end of the syllabus. At the end of the study guide, you scroll down a little bit more, and there's institutional policies, such as the withdrawal policy and any other relevant policies for your institution. Now that we are scrolled all the way down, we can jump back up to the beginning. And again, remember these required materials here. I encourage you to contact me at any time for questions. Don't hesitate to contact me or text me, even for small questions. I would almost say especially for small questions, because oftentimes people are embarrassed to give small questions, thinking, oh, I don't want to appear like I'm unintelligent, something like this. But I assure you that many students ask the same questions. So it is fine. I encourage you. I want to talk to you. Also, if you find any typos or errors in quizzes or in online Canvas or D2L, please contact me so I can fix it for the whole class. And with that said, I look forward to working with you through the rest of this course.